when almost every time. When he comes into Man U, Dutch manager, 2 Dutch buy-ins.
Yeah.
This is my club now.
Yeah.
He's doing the same thing at Spurs.
Dude, that's what I feel
He's
like.
selling all of Pochettino's players. And now he's doing the same fucking thing.
He's getting rid of Ali.
Uh-huh. He's doing the same thing.
Alderweireld was supposed to be leaving.
He's coming in and saying, this is my
Vertonghen's
shit.
gone.
And that's what he did at Man U. He got rid of 2 of our top 5 best players at the time. He comes in and cleans house. He does it every time. Did it at Madrid with Kaká. Does it all the time.
Huh. Did he really with Kaká?
Yeah.
Huh. Where did Kaká go after? Did he go back to Milan? I feel like he did. Can't remember.
Fuck, where did he go? He might have... Did he go straight to MLS?
No,
From
there's
Madrid?
no way. There's no way he would.
Dude, I have no idea where else he would have gone. But yeah, Mourinho comes in and cleans house. And that's exactly why we lost
Dude, that is...
Daley Blind.
He just got rid of 2 of the players that he actually needed for his system because they were brought in by a Dutch manager.
He went to Milan
Dutch.
for 1 year after Real Madrid and then went to Orlando.
Did he get rid of Van Persie as well? Was Van Persie there when... Or did he leave Van Gaal's... I think he left during Van Gaal's tenure there.
Yeah, he did. Went to Fenerbahce.
Yeah.
No,
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's a shithead. He falls
everyone
upwards
knows that
half the time. Yeah, but it's.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why the board put that clause in on Depay. Though it's like you're kind of fucking up, right?
Yeah,
we'll let you do it for now.
Which is the first time Woodward's done anything decent.
Well, it's almost like an extended loan for Depay, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because if we do have first dibs and he's $5 million, that's a no fucking brainer. But we're gonna fuck it up somehow, dude. If our backup winger is Dan James and Depay comes through and he's $5 million, honestly, we're gonna fuck ourselves and we're gonna spend 80 on Dembele from Barcelona. It's exactly what's gonna happen.
Dude, I've seen so many people say that they want Ousmane Dembele.
Bro, you have to quit listening to those fucking.
No, I understand.
Like, it's a rotation in an echo chamber.
But
it's a cesspool sewer of people not knowing.
Why
what the fuck
do you
talking
want
about.
Ousmane Dembele on your team? Like, what does he give you?
Because he's 84 rated on FIFA. These are the kinds of people I'm talking about. They've never watched him play, but they know he has 5-star skill moves.
Dude.
That's it.
But he doesn't even in real life.
But they don't know that.
Yeah. I mean, the dude couldn't juggle when he was introduced at Barcelona. Like, you know the way Barcelona and Real Madrid do that thing?
Yeah, I saw it.
He couldn't even juggle the ball.
Yeah.
He's a professional footballer.
Yeah.
And he couldn't juggle the ball 5 times.
He had a decent season in a league that only have 2 giants. And then he goes to Dortmund.
I wouldn't even consider Dortmund a giant there because all they do.
I was talking about Rene in France. Then he goes to then he goes to Dortmund, to where they only have like 3 or 4 giants. The blower to debatable, and did well on a team that was already fucking stacked.
Yeah,
if you're walking into a team with Royce and
he was brought in after Götze was gone, right?
Yeah, he was there 17 and 8, 16 and 17. Right. Yeah.
Fuck, man.
I mean, it's. Yeah, you gotta quit listening to fucking people.
No, I mean, I just...
Or just don't let them get to you, because they...
No, I just... Oh, man. I just don't understand how people actually think...
Pogba Senior, he straight up quotes people of what they said a month ago. And it's the complete opposite. Like, he takes the time to go think, oh, dude, all power to him, because he's doing them right.
I mean, all of them do it. I just like looking at their takes, but I just don't understand why people actually think that certain players, like...
Because they don't know what to look for, and when they do see it, they don't know what they're looking at.
Going back to getting players from the Bundesliga, it is kind of worrisome that Jadon Sancho is from there if United do end up buying him, because he's not had a great season, although he hasn't really been getting played because
he's been playing Champions League more so than League.
Yeah. And
which is I think it's Dortmund not selling him was fucked up if he wants to leave.
Yeah.
But they also made from a business standpoint, they made the right move by going ahead and acclimating whatever. I think it's Gio Reyna might be taking his spot eventually.
Yeah.
They're going to go ahead and give him all the league games and then give Sancho Champions League so it doesn't lose his value.
Yeah. But the thing is, he already has. I mean, a guy...
He's got
You could still sell him for probably like 90 mil, but you're not getting the one.
He's got 5 goal assist contributions in 5 Champions League games. So it's like, I mean, it's not a consistent every week thing, but every Champions League game he's playing, he's producing. So it's, who knows? Could he do it consistently? We know that he couldn't not do it consistently if he's doing it every other week in the Champions League.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So it's like, why could he not do it consistently in the league? So I don't think his value dropped any, but I think Dortmund made a fucking big baller move is what they did.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to work out for them in the end. I really don't. Because, I mean, they had that extra clause in his contract where they can have him for an extra year. But now you're going into the last year of his contract, and he clearly wanted to leave before, and now you're making it to where you've got a year left, and he clearly wants to leave. He didn't have the season that he had before, and now if he was playing the same way he was last year, yeah, it worked out for them. He'd be going for more than what they were asking for this last summer. But
I don't think it had anything to do with money. I think it was
all.
I think it was them saying we're not playing your petty bullshit.
I've seen multiple different things where they told United, like, you have the August 12th deadline and you have to pay it then or you're not getting them. And then United were like,
they wanted to be fucking cute and wait until the last day.
Well, but United did do that on the last day, but United also gave them money like a couple days after, saying that they had to like make sure that everything was like set. And when they sent it, Dortmund...
But why did they tell them that 2 days after instead of 2 days before?
No, they did. And then Dortmund had the offer on the table, basically, and just let it die. Because, like, when you send in a transfer thing, like on FIFA, you know the way when you send it in, like, it dies after, like, a couple days or whatever? Uh-huh. That's literally what happens. Like, you put in a request, and the request has to, like, you have a job application. If a job posts a job application and says, posted this day, expires this day, right? That is what the transfer thing is. So,
right.
Yes.
But they said 120 on the table. And we want...
And they gave him
110 in installments with clauses.
Yeah,
that's not what they asked for. They have the player. You want the player. Pay the fucking money.
Yeah, but the player also was like, I want to leave, and like, he's contracted there. Yeah. I see what you're saying, but now
I think it's bad for business. I think it's good and bad. I think it's good for the future because they're setting up a precedence where like you can't fuck us around anymore.
To every other team except Bayern Munich.
Yeah, sure, but yeah.
But I mean, but they got 90 mil for Ousmane Dembele, so it's not like they've been fucked over before.
I understand that. They do well.
They got 70 mil for Pulisic.
They do well in selling their players.
Yeah.
They're not going to lose a wink of sleep over Sancho when they've got Bellingham, Reina, Haaland. There's so many potential. Those 3 players alone will be worth conjoined $500 million.
Yeah, completely
next year.
But what I'm saying is his value when they had him from last summer to now, I don't think has gone up at all. And I don't know if it's gone down or not. But I would say if it was to move any way north or south, it would definitely go down.
Right? Yeah, I agree.
So from their point of view, like putting out a precedent, yes, it was good for them to like show like, hey, like you're not gonna push us over. Like we're not gonna do what you usually do, like what United do, where they're like, we're not going to pay 80 mil to Leicester for Harry Maguire, and then the last day they're like, we'll give you 80 mil for Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
So I get that from Dortmund's standpoint, but then at the same time, like you might have lost like 20 mil, maybe 30 mil on a player if you had just let him go a year before, which is for Dortmund, 30 mil is a fucking solid player that they always find.
Yeah, but
Thorgan Hazard was 30 mil for them.
You're talking about your second best player from the previous season.
The whole overall season.
This isn't a Dembele that featured. This was the main playmaker in the side. He had like 13 goals, 13 assists.
Sancho had like 22 goals, 22 assists.
My bad. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had that many.
Yeah.
Probably the first or second best player on that side the year prior.
Yeah.
A 120 evaluation on a 20-year-old with those kind of numbers is asinine.
Yeah.
He's worth 120. They've evaluated and valued him to a T correctly.
But if
Harry Maguire's not worth 80 million.
I'm not. I didn't even mean to bring in the Maguire. I'm just saying like Dortmund were being like, you're not going to do to us what you've done to Leicester and Palace when it comes to paying it on the last minute. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, you're not about to fuck with us. Yeah, exactly.
But Dortmund Now, if they play him in the league and he doesn't have the same output, so like say he's played 10 games and he has 3 goals and 2 assists. Well, yes, it's 50%. Last year he averaged a goal and an assist every game, right? So now you're not even getting that from him. And so obviously the way the football nowadays is, like, you got to sell the player when he's at his peak and when it's like when he wants to leave, when it's time to leave, because otherwise you're going to lose shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So, and I think Dortmund kind of not necessarily shot themselves in the foot because they're still going to get their money for him, but they're definitely not getting the peak money that they could have got for him, regardless of where he goes. Which I think if Liverpool lose Salah or Mane, he could go there. But I think Liverpool's eyes are on
They can't afford
Mbappe.
Sancho. They couldn't afford him.
I think their eyes are on Mbappe.
Well,
I'm going to be honest.
All right, check this out, though. The Sancho instance was an instance where he wanted to go to the buying club probably more than the buying club wanted him. The back room, the board. Yeah.
Really?
If he's playing this bad now, how bad did he want to be here? Or be at Man U?
Yeah.
So, we're not talking about like he has 1 or 2 less goals from last season. He's at like a 50% rate. Granted, he's not playing as much, but you see my point.
Yeah.
So, with that complication there, I think that's the only tie-up that they'll have under the circumstances of a strict payment and a strict date. If they do the same thing to Reina next year, saying if any clubs want him, here's the date, here's this. His form isn't going to drop because he wasn't as dead set on going anywhere as Sancho was. So I think this is the only instance to where like it's going to hurt more than it's going to help Dortmund in the long run. They're not going to sell Sancho for as much money, but they're not going to be fucked around with.
Yeah.
Sancho, he's 21. This isn't a Bruno where he can waste away at Sporting. Dude's got time.
Yeah, but then my point. So say Sancho is like, fuck it, I'm going to stay here for the extra year and I'm going to leave for free and go wherever I want. Then Dortmund kind of shot themselves in the foot then.
Yeah,
but I don't
and
think
that's on them
happen.
at that point.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
And they don't either because there's no way that nobody's going to bid for him this summer. There's no way.
Imagine if no one did.
Who wouldn't? I know what you're saying, but
imagine if no one did though.
Yeah, he's the best English player maybe in the world. Numbers alone. We can just do numbers.
You gotta go Harry Kane then.
All right. How far off are the ages between Sancho and Foden? Same age. How many miles?
I think Foden is a year younger. I think
they're both 20.
No, because Foden was on that World Cup team that won for England in the U17. I don't know if Sancho was on that team.
I'm gonna look it up. But the point I'm about to make is
maybe he was. I can't remember.
Sancho's 20 years old.
Well, I know that in that team, Sancho was not even top
considered.
4.
Yeah. They're both 20 years old. So,
okay.
Same age. How many miles apart?
Oh yeah. As of last year. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that Sancho stands out as already an established international player, whereas Foden doesn't. They're the same age.
Yeah.
So it's not like Sancho's going to be losing any attraction as an English player from English clubs. Even
yeah.
Fuck. Leicester could buy him for 60 if they wanted to. They have the money. If he wanted to go to Leicester, that's my point though. Is that no matter where he's going to get bought, there's no way he's not.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't play like a kid. He's not talked about as if he's a kid. He's talked about as if he is a highly respected international player. There's a massive difference. Foden's still considered a kid.
Which is...
Same age.
Yeah. Well, I think that's because Foden's people are saying this is his first year, but really last year after
I'd give it to him. He didn't...
This is his first full year this year.
I think a player's in the side when they start and play a full 92 back to back. I think that's you're in the side at that point.
He did that at the restart. Remember what did the NBC call it?
Out of necessity, though. It wasn't a tactical.
I don't know because they still had David Silva then and stuff. I think that
they weren't even playing David Silva as much prior to the break. Yeah, Bernardo was in the midfield with him most of the year. De Bruyne.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think. I see what you're saying.
He's miles ahead.
Yeah.
He's not a kid.
Yeah, it's because he's had all the opportunities and whatever, and he took them. Yeah.
So, somebody's going to buy him. I don't know how much his value is going to drop.
I think
he's going to pick us if we bid.
I think they can get $100 million for him. I don't know if Chelsea go for him, but I don't think Chelsea can. I don't think Chelsea can afford getting another player for